Begin laying in a supine position with your legs straight, hands down next to your hips. Keeping the legs straight, pull the abdominals in as you sweep the legs up and over your head, peeling up the right side of your spine. Once the legs are overhead, have a little bit of suspension and then return the spine down onto the floor, peeling down the right side of the spine, down through the tailbone, sweeping the legs as low to the floor as you can around the tailbone, and then up the left side of the spine, bringing the legs overhead once again. Have the moment of suspension as you peel down through the left side of your spine, through the pelvis, around the tailbone as the legs sweep down, and then up the right side of the spine as the legs go overhead again. Find the suspension, keeping your neck and shoulders open. Peel down the right side of the spine, through the ribs, through the low back, through the pelvis, down around the tailbone as the legs come down, and then sweeping up the left side of the spine as the shins and knees roll over the left shoulder, keeping the legs high away from your face, and then peeling back down through the ribs, through the low back, through the pelvis, down around the tailbone, and then up the right side of the spine again, finding the suspension with the legs overhead, keeping them straight, keeping the toes long, and then peeling down the right side of the spine through the low back, through the hips, down around the tailbone as the legs sweep down, and then up and over, peeling up the left side of the spine once again. Find the suspension, and then lower down the left side of the spine, peeling down through the tailbone, tracing up and over through the right side of the spine, peeling the hips, the low back, the ribs, the thighs are over face, keeping them lifted away from the face, and then rolling back down the ribs, the low back down through the tailbone. One more time, we're coming up the left side of the spine. We find the suspension with the legs overhead, keeping that lift in the hip, and then peeling down the left side of the spine, finally through the tailbone, and then bringing the legs down to a rest.